And now I would like to discuss a little bit the stability of two elements, which in this case are the fish and the frisbee. So in the first article on frisbee, its stability, the frisbee gains its stability because of the spin. Because if you try to throw frisbee without any spin, it won't hold, it won't stay up, because the physics are the same, because it's a low pressure under the frisbee and high pressure above the frisbee, so why wouldn't it stay elevated and stable? And this is due to angular momentum, actually, because when you throw frisbee with a spin, it creates angular momentum. Like, imagine the frisbee is my hand and it's rotating this way, so it creates, by the right hand law, it creates upward angular momentum. And this angular momentum, actually, its job is to help the frisbee stay stable. Because with no angular momentum, it won't hold. It would just wobble and lost its track and fall down almost immediately. So angular momentum here is a key element, but this is not quite similar to the fish, because the fish don't spin and yet it can hover above the water and stays up. So this one actually wasn't mentioned in the text about the fish, but I still would like to talk about it a little bit, that the stability of the fish gains because of its fins. The fins of the fish helps him gain his stability. Like, for example, a man who walking on a rope. I know there's a famous one that walks between two very high buildings. I don't remember the names of the building, but there is a famous video about it. Never mind. So the people usually carry with them a long rod. So this long rod helps him gain their stability, because when they have like a long rod extending outwards, it helps the distribution of the mass, because the center of mass is still above the rope. The center of mass of the fish is still around its center, but when adding the fins or the long rod for the man who tries to balance himself about a small rope helps the distribution of mass, which gains the stability. So the same for the man who tries to balance himself when we're crossing a line and a rope, when walking on a rope, and the same for the fish who wants to hover above the water. So the fish doesn't spin, but yet he can gain his own stability in his own way. And the second article about the fish concludes with, because of what I mentioned before about how revolutionary was it to see the exact dynamics of how the fish flies, and how does it work to use it on real life, like to take this principle to study the exact shape of the fins of the fish, and to use it on planes. So the use of nature in everyday life can actually help us reduce fuel consumption and maybe some very revolutionary engineering in this field. So actually these kind of things have happened before, like when finding a mechanism that works in nature, maybe in a biological system, small one, big one, there are tons of examples, and actually using them in everyday life. So the second article concludes in the option of designing a plane with wings that are similar to the fins of the fish, and maybe it would come up to be something better than what we have today. And I think that's about it between the two articles, and a little bit extra. And that's it. Thank you.